everyone, it's Dara. Thank you so much for watching today. I actually have been on a little hiatus. I haven't been recording on YouTube, and there are some reasons for that. So I'm going to be casual today and just have a little chit chat with you to update you on some things that has been going on with me that haven't been so great, and they're issues that originally I wasn't going to bring here to my channel because my channel is very bubbly and uplifting and motivating, but at the same time there are some topics that I think needs to be addressed, and particularly for those of us out here who are on YouTube, who are on social media, and unfortunately I have had some experience with harassment and people trying to do things that are not appropriate, so I have to bring it up. One of the things that I strive for on this channel is to be not only completely honest, but to be genuine, to be real, to be myself. I always believe that what you see here is what you get, and it would be a disservice to you out there who are watching this to come off as if everything is always perfect when it's not, or to kind of downgrade a situation that's really not meant to do. There are situations that are just not good. This is the world, so I think we have to be honest about that. So here we go, and I'll try not to make this video too long, but here we go. So one of the things that I really must stress right now publicly is I don't accept harassment. I think harassing people is a horrible thing. I don't accept people trolling around and going out their way to say things that are inappropriate or to do things that are inappropriate. For me personally, I have had people that I either personally knew or people I might have tried to get to know a little better, or just people in general who unfortunately have kind of crossed that boundary of respect and decided to, one, give out my phone number, two, send me messages online, making requests about money and other things, or just saying and doing things that are not appropriate. So I just want to address that pretty much for this video. For starters, I am broke. I have no job, I have no money. So I have actually mentioned this in a previous video. I don't have money. Let me just say for the record. Yeah, let me just say this for the record. Yeah, I'm going to get up close and say this. I have no money. I'm sorry. So anyone who knows me, any man, any woman, anyone out there who thinks Dara has money, I have no money. So please take that out your mind. I can't help you, brother. I can't help you, sister, because I'm trying to help me and I can't even help myself right now. So I have no money. And so people who like to ask me for money or to help them out with certain things, I can't do that, and I don't think it's appropriate, especially for men, because I get this from men mostly, not from women. But again, women too, I don't think we should do that either, to just randomly contact people, especially if you don't even know them like that, just begging for money or begging for certain things. I think that's really rude and inappropriate. I think there are a lot of stereotypes of people from different cultures who do these things, and I'm here to say that I don't personally generalize and will say that everyone from this particular part of the world do these things. But for those of you out there who feel it's okay to do that, let me just give you a little advice. Be careful, because there are stereotypes out there and you don't want to be the stereotype. And that's something I was even taught growing up, being an African-American woman, living in a neighborhood that was considered ghetto, growing up amongst people who, used to think that I was either Hasidic or I spoke white or all these different things because I have a certain color, but because I speak a certain way and I live in a neighborhood at the time that was considered hood or ghetto, or whatever term you want to call it. My dad used to always teach me that you never fit into these stereotypes. People are always going to have something to say. So for my guys out there, for my women out there, be mindful of that. If you're from a particular part of the world where people do tend to think that this is what you do, it's very unfortunate. I'm against it. But if you fall victim to that and find yourself doing that, then it's like you're living that stereotype, and try your best not to do that. Just because I visit a country or I have friends from a different from a certain part of the world or just around the world in general, it doesn't mean that I'm a rich person. It doesn't mean that I'm here to be your bank and I can provide you with all the things that you are looking for. You know, there is something called hard work. There is something called ambition. And I would encourage you to be ambitious and be a responsible adult about it, and don't look for people to help you out. Don't look for people to give you a handout. I don't think that's really the best way to go about things. You know, be a woman, be a man, stay on your own 2 feet. You know, you will find yourself being more successful that way than just randomly hitting people up on the internet, or because you are a friend of a friend, you feel, okay, now I can use this opportunity to harass or bother people for whatever it is that you want. Here's why I say this. I say this, and the reason why I'm so passionately against this is because I have been out of work for some time now, and I can use help as well. And I think there's a misconception when people see me on social media that I'm living this great life and I have these opportunities and I'm just whatever. But you know, the truth is I'm struggling too, and just because I don't verbalize it, or just because I may not look it, doesn't mean that I'm not going through struggle. And for you to just go out your way to take advantage of that or make assumption and think, well, because she lives in the United States or because she looks like she's doing well, she just owes me, or somehow she's supposed to help me out. And this is for not just random people. This is for people that I personally know. So this goes out to you too. It's not nice. It's not right. And I'm not here to call nobody out specifically, but those of you who watch this video, I'm sure some people who will be watching this know who you are, and I'm just making this request that not to do that. Don't embarrass yourself. I personally will not go to random people and ask for money. I wouldn't even think to do that. You know, I'm a grown woman, and if I'm poor, let me be poor, but I will work hard to get to where I need to be than to, you know, lower my standards and lose my self-respect and my dignity by bothering people for money or jewelry or cell phones or whatever. So let's stop. The other thing I want to also address is when it comes to personal contacts like phone numbers and emails and addresses. You know, there's a reason why people don't put their phone number, emails, or addresses, or I should say really phone numbers and addresses publicly. And I hope I'm right about this, but at least the people that I have associated with or I haven't seen anyone do that. The reason why is because it's private. And if someone is nice enough to give you their phone number, you know, that's like a privilege to me because that's personal. I don't think we should take that for granted, and it doesn't give anyone the right to take that person's number and just give it away because you feel you can. That has actually happened to me, and I've actually had someone who had the audacity to reach out to me and imply something that was very insulting and disrespectful. And I'm here to just say publicly that, you know, you can't do that. You just can't do that. You cannot just take people's numbers and just give it out like that. I don't care if it's your friend. I don't care if you think it's okay. It's not okay. So I have taken strides and steps and measures to, you know, prevent this from happening. I have decided to become more private now, so I'm not as quick to give out my information or not as quick to associate with everyone. You know, I think now maybe it's best that we just keep this maybe through email, or possibly if you want to follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram. But, you know, I am in a place now where, you know, that was very uncomfortable. You know, some of the messages I was receiving were very uncomfortable, so I've decided to take steps in my own way. And, you know, and it's funny because my mom has always taught me that a lady always knows when to leave. And I am a lady, and I stand by that. So instead of me arguing with people, instead of me getting upset, I'll walk away. And I've always kind of, I haven't always been that way, let me just say. I've always been the type to work things out and talk to people. But I've come to the point in my life where there are some people that's not worth talking to and compromising with. Sometimes you just have to walk away. And if you do that, yeah, it throws people off. People get a little upset or they may feel away. But, you know, at the end of the day, I only have one life to live. I'm not here to please everyone. I cannot please everyone. And respect goes a long way. And if I can respect you, I only ask for you to do the same with me. And if you feel you cannot do that, this is why we have options. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to reach out. You don't have to say anything. And I don't take this personal, because this is part of human nature. So that's just where I stand on the issue. And you know, I'm grateful that I'm in a position now where I choose now to talk to who I want to talk to or be in contact with who I want to be in contact with. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me here on YouTube, I'm around. You can always say hello. But, you know, there are some people I prefer not to have personal contact with because, one, I just may not trust you, or maybe I just don't want to communicate, or maybe I just don't think about it. Like, I don't know. It's some things are not always explainable. But there are some people that I do not want to communicate with or keep in touch with because I don't feel that they're here for my best interest. And this goes into the reflection, motivational part of this video. You have to do what's best for you. And sometimes you just have to walk away. There are times you cannot keep trying to explain yourself to people or trying to work things out or trying to compromise, because some people, I hate to say it with all due respect, are just dense. They're stuck. It is what it is. They're not trying to listen to you. They're not trying to be there for you. They're not trying to care about you. They're not trying to love you. Period. They're out for their own interests. You can try, you can compromise, you can write letters, you can cry about it, you can yell about it, you can do whatever you want. But some people, it is what it is. And you have to accept it and move on. And that was always hard for me because I've always liked to give people the benefit of the doubt. I always like to try my best. But, you know, I'm getting older too. I have my life to live. I cannot continue to get gray hair and stress myself over people who refuse to listen, or refuse to be there, or refuse to compromise, or refuse to respect. I just don't have the patience. So my advice to you out there is, if you're going through a situation like this in your personal life or even here publicly on social media, don't be afraid to hit that delete button or that block button. Don't be afraid of it. It's there for a reason. We have privacy settings for a reason. If someone is being disrespectful, abusive, hit that report abuse button that a lot of the social media platforms have. I've done it, and I'm not afraid to continue to do it. Anyone who decides to come for me or be disrespectful, I will delete you. I will block you. I will report you, whatever it takes, because I refuse to live my life in fear. I refuse to tolerate nonsense. I refuse to tolerate disrespect. So this is where we all have to be adults. And as I like to say, put your big girl panties on, put your big boy panty underwear on, and do what you have to do. You cannot afford to find yourself in situations that you don't need to be in. You know, life is too short. Live your life, be happy, stay motivated, focus on you, and everything will be fine. And anyone who tries to start trouble with you, you just leave them alone. You don't have to explain yourself. Don't make that mistake I've made and try to talk too much and try to compromise. For what? If that person cares about you, they will be willing to listen to you. They'll be willing to see how you are. They'll be willing to go out their way to show you that they love and care about you. That goes for friendship as well as dating, as well as relationship. And if that person or persons refuse to do that, then why are you wasting your time? There's a big world. There are tons and tons and tons of people on this planet. Why waste your time with one knucklehead when you can have the option of meeting good people who will love you and care about you for who you are, and not for nonsense, or not for any type of hidden agenda or anything like that? Who has time for that? That's that, my friends. That's that. Good news, I am fine. I am fine. I'm doing well. Quick update, I am doing something called Coffee with Dara. I might have mentioned it on this channel. Maybe I haven't, but I'll mention it anyway. So I do these very quick Coffee with Dara, offering motivation and encouragement to the world. On my Instagram, I do it every Mondays and Fridays, so please check it out. If you follow me on Twitter, I do tweet it out as well. And the whole purpose of that is to offer motivation to you guys out there, you know, because I feel that we're all on this journey called life together, and we all can use some motivation. And when I offer motivation to you, I'm doing that for myself, and it gives me joy to help people out there, or to know that my words is somehow helping someone out there. So this is something I do every Mondays and Fridays. Please check my Instagram out. I will leave all the information in the I always say comments, description box down below, or I'll leave it here on the screen. Feel free to follow me there on Twitter. And if you would like for me to start doing Coffee with Dara sessions here on YouTube, let me know in the comments below. I have been considering doing that, but I'm not sure yet, so let me know. And thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate it. Love you all very much. Keep striving, keep smiling, and remember, you come first. You only have one life, okay? Don't let nobody do anything to hurt you or to interfere in your happiness. They're not worth it. Trust me on that. Love you all very much. Thank you so much for listening today, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and yes, more ESO videos to come. I promise. Bye for now.